Good morning, Franz. How we doing? Cora was first and first. Just first. All the first. Death was second. Necromancer resubscribed for 12 months. Wow, a whole year. Thank you, Necromancer, for your continued patronage to the islands, your continued residency. Neff has redeemed the Screech and the meds. I'm gonna have to get Sai to make me like a little magic pill redeem thing that only Neff can redeem. So a reminder to take the medicine. maracas have been acquired. Oh, we are musical now. Necromancer is sleepy today, it would seem. I like the cans, but we can throw pills at you. Well, you can have both. I would make the shrimp emote something you could throw at me too, but I actually have to create like 3D object files for the throwing of things and whatnot. No, it's a sleepy emote. If I hover over it, it's called sleepy. It's the little like sleepy snot bubble thing that you get in cartoons. Still working on Shadow Strider? I don't know what I'm gonna paint today. I have no idea. I mean, I could just continue like taking this whole thing and just make it smaller and continue drawing the legs down. Fusro meow. No, I don't want to install updates. Fuck off. Stupid computer. And Dents and Dinos. Dents and Dinos. Hello, ladies and gents and non-binary friends. Hello. Good morning, Ross. Egg painting. Another egg. Dents and Dinos. Dents and Dinos. Yeah, that cat got her. Sometimes they hit me just right and they just bing. Off to orbit they go. So I can go hang out with the astronauts on the ISS. Dents and Dinos. Dents and Dinos. Good morning, Death. How you doing? Well, I suppose for the Europeans, it's time zone approved greetings. Tog to you guys. It's morning for me. Feeling a little bit uncomfortable. I want to have a shower, but I didn't get up early enough to have a shower before stream. So I'm just like, my head's itchy because my hair dirty and I don't like it. Yeah, it's 1,500 hours there, yeah. I'm not surprised. There were cat prints in our backyard today, and I'm like, ooh, a friend I can acquire for Tesla. Ross is streaking again! 65 stream streak, wow. I hope Fantasy doesn't lose her streak today. I hope she can maintain that. Because I know she was kind of sad about it. But she's still winning in the Star Shells department. I don't think anyone's going to beat her there. So what to do? What to do? Just continue with the leggies. I'll put this more in the center. I love how this file went from being like, oh, we're just like doing all the characters as, you know, nice transparent line art, cleaned up full body shots so that there's designs to painting. I can't help myself. I like painting. Please do not drink the paint. That, yeah, it's ill-advised, that one. It looks like she's kind of pointing at the bullet holes with the cable as well. Ah, I rubbed my eye and an eyelash got it. Ah, death. Not the person, but ah. Oh, I hate it when that happens. I think I got it. The really interesting part is going to be when I decide to paint the rest of the hallway and try and figure out how all of these lights sort of like come together. I don't know if I'll do that or not. You know what? I think we might have a couple more here. Because, like, I don't know where the floor is yet. But one thing we can do... just have a bunch of broken cables hanging down. From wherever the ceiling is. Look in DMs. Why that font? Cora! Ah! It's hard to read. Reason for name, it's unassuming. Aren't most people's names unassuming? That's my question. I mean, I suppose Von Guillory is not really an unassuming name, but it's an unusual name. But, like, Alexander Evans. That's pretty unassuming. You like Courier New? It's really hard to read. I think because it's a screenshot, so there's a... Oh, my stigmatism hates it. I have to, like, do the like, pigeon movement where I'm like, I have to shift my eyes to be able to read it. And like, tilt my head. Birthday, October 12th. Star sign, autumn. Wouldn't October 12th be Leo? Oh, he's an artiste. You have 4 more pages on this character already? Race English. 12th is Libra? Oh, okay, sorry. I didn't know that. I don't exactly pay attention to star signs. I just know I'm a crab. Clicky crab claw noises. My brother and I are like 8 days apart, so we're both Cancer. Four years, 8 days. He came early and I came late. He came way too early. Alright, let's work on leggies. They're starting to look like Martina's pants from Nerdforge, which is not a problem because Martina's Nerdforge pants are super awesome. I wish I could. I wish I could get their clothes. I love that shit. The format I'm using has a scent box for appearance, so he canonically smells of lavender. So, here's the interesting thing. Um, how do I explain this? God, I haven't thought of how to explain this, but um, scent plays actually a fairly large role in the story as well, and um, like to Alexander, scent plays a pretty strong way in how like there's characterization of people. So to Alexander, Vaughn always smells of like lemons and sugar and French bread. His mom bakes a lot, and like Eric smells more like fresh rain, uh, cold steel, leather, because well, leather coat. I don't know why this is something that I like fixated on in the last draft, but it just kind of worked out really well. So ironically, if your character has like a scent to them, like they always wear a certain kind of cologne or perfume, or there's just something about the way they live their lives. Could be like a beard oil if your character has a beard, a hair gel, little things like that can really change how people perceive a character. And yeah, so your character canonically smells of lavender. That's great. Not every character has like a scent profile to them, but in some ways later, currently in my plan, it comes up that it does play a role in how Alexander recognizes people. And the witches also have kind of a bit of magic related to that as well. I can't really explain it because I haven't fully written it out yet. I haven't hashed it out. It's just tumbling around in my head. Sorry, I had to name a layer. There. I have to keep my layers named properly. I wanted to shift that a little. Ah, yes, it all came together. How did you miss? This, like, completely, utterly flabbergasted pose. His arm is too long. I think. Maybe a little bit. To be frank, he could be very close range and still miss every shot in RL. Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's Alexander who's firing this gun. And he's under a lot of pressure in that moment. But also, Highwire's the kind of person to tease somebody like that. So, if you're another. So, yeah. Uh, he absolutely would miss. Most people in that situation would miss. He's not too used to firearms by the time this event takes place. This armor's too long. And the length problem is actually in the upper arm. So length problem there, and right here. Better proportions. Looks like that line. Speed is fine, accuracy is fine, and slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Those two things can work. What? Until they don't. Okay. But that's characterization. Like, clearly that character has experience in the battlefield. So, like, yeah, being fired at is not something entirely new to him. He's been through it before, so clearly he would probably a veteran of some sort. Oh, wrong brush. Make this brush really big, so I stop using it. Keyboard, hello? What is wrong again? Why is it not changing my brush? There we go. That was weird. One of my boxes are just TBD. Just hear my computer straining. Really, at this point, let's just grab this. Just grab everything from this folder. Mm. We're gonna rotate this canvas. That was not what I wanted to do. There. It's got its own canvas. Its own file. What file is that then? Oh, that one. Okay. Relationship with mother. She is dead. Well, that's pretty common actually. I know how like a lot of a lot of authors and author advice is like don't give the kid dead parents. You know, no dead parents. Why is it always dead parents? Why is the kid always an orphan? Because a billion people died. That's why. A billion people died. There are lots of people with who are raised by like their grandparents or their uncle or something. Foster children. Yep. Ross, everything reminds you of some sort of Gundam. You definitely have a special interest there. Lucky for him, he had none witch godparents. What? Yeah, that's a lot of death. That's a lot of death. Space Noid liberation. That's wild. Could be more death. Meow Hello, my friend. Thank you for your 10-month subscription.
Mew Juice has been here 10 months.
Meow, 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 meow. And Mara and I too. Hello. Two good friends. How's everybody today? We're working on witching hour stuff, which is now called the Witch Hunter Society. But I thought you would like to know, Mew, since you were the #1 fan. Fusro meow! Who is Kota? We don't know. Your alter ego. Your secret twin. It's the evil version of you. Oh wait, that's just regular you. Must have more. Yes, well we're designing Highwire right now. Well, we've kind of more or less finished the design, but we're extending the painting a bit. I just put it on its own canvas rather than the general character design canvas. I'm actually gonna need to do this. Might as well center it in the painting, right? You're struggling? I'm sorry you're struggling. Dancing dinos, and everybody on shrimp and spines. So wave back and forth like seaweed in the ocean currents. I'm gonna have a serious time. Oh, sorry. Apparently that posture check turned into a screech. Teehee. Enjoy your cooking, Ross. Is there anything I can do to help your struggling, Marinai? Wait. You're trying to fix some water for chocolate. I'm confused. And he was gonna use a bigger pot, but a bigger pot with more water would take longer to boil. I think your brother just needs psychological help. Next time he uses the homophobic slurs, ask him why he's constantly thinking about gay men. Oh, no, Marina, that sucks. I'm so sorry. That's rough. Okay, but this outfit is really cool. I would wear this. These pants, I would 100% wear these pants. He claims he doesn't think about gay men, then why is he always using homophobic slurs? It's like gay men live rent free in his head. He must think about gay men all the time. Just keep drilling it into him, Ross. Is Highwire my insert character? If I were a skull collecting serial killer, sure. It's how I get my violent tendencies out. Highwire, like many of my other characters, are thirst traps. How do you get kicked out of a mental health facility? Like, holy shit. I think your parents need to kick him out too. Check the DM for the funny. Wall of Tybalt. Good characteristics to be determined. One word that describes him, to be determined. Collecting contraband media. People love the contraband media thing. Let's actually, oh, that's the old one. We're going to rename that folder to Highwire 2026. And we're gonna pivot to some witch hunters. This is Eric. He is an artiste, so he knows nothing about himself naturally. And also must collect contraband media. Yeah, your brother is either going to end up in prison or he's going to end up on the streets, Ross. And honestly, I think your parents need to kick him out so he learns to be independent. And they just need to cut him off at that point. I had a friend who was kicked out of his house in high school, and like his brother was the responsible one, you know, had his driver's license, a part-time job and everything, and the other one got kicked out because he was being irresponsible, and he was having violent outbursts, very much like your brother. He wasn't irredeemable. He was a nice guy otherwise, but he was a little too, I guess, how would you put that? Not a disappointment. Oh God, the word eludes me. Rebellious, I think. His parents weren't strict. They were good people. Uh, very nice people, but the younger brother was having a hard time. He got kicked out, but he straightened himself out and got himself turned around after that. And I don't know, I can't remember whether he finally, like, he went home or not, but now he's got a stable job and a family and his own place, and things are good for him. And the older, more responsible brother kind of had a bit of a crisis in his life a little later on, and is going through another one. And like, he had a kid with a girl, and there were questions about which guy this kid belonged to, kind of girl. There were things happened, and that was part of the reason why I moved away, because there was just too much of that weird shit happening, and I couldn't handle it. And I was like, what, I want to go to school. I don't want to end up like this. And I had to get away from it. I came back because I had to come back. But it's not that, like, I don't respect my friends. Like, to be able to raise a kid that you didn't plan on having and provide for them, like, that's impressive. And to buckle up and do what you need to do, that's really impressive. You know, it's just, it goes to show, like, the point of my story is sometimes kicking the kid out of the house who's disruptive can change him around. And your parents might need to just do that. He'll have to take care of himself. He'll have to grow up, and he'll have to learn to respect other people, because otherwise he's either going to end up on the streets or in jail. And he'll learn that very, very, very quickly. And if he ends up in jail, absolutely do not ever take him back, because he will just keep doing the same thing over again, and he will never learn. But it's also possible that if your parents kick him out, he could turn himself around and become the responsible adult. It's like that one nuisance streamer that was in the UK a couple of years ago. I don't know whether you guys know this. Like, there was a streamer in the UK. He was a young man, and he kept causing problems. Like, he jumped on the back of, like, some oh god, was it Amish or Jewish, like some like really religious dude, wears the silly hat in the UK. Um that's the best way I can describe it. He has the beard, the silly hat. Orthodox Jew? Yeah, I think it was an Orthodox Jewish guy. He like frog leaped the dude on the sidewalk while the dude was just standing there. He stole some old lady's dog in the park and ran off with it. I don't know whether he returned it later or just left it where it was, but yeah, he eventually was like, "Oh, well, the UK justice system is kind of pathetic, so I can do this because it earns me money." And he got kicked off of a lot of platforms, and uh, yeah, it was the do anything for views Johnny Somali type kind of character. Uh, and eventually, the law finally caught up with him and said, "Look, we've had enough of your bullshit. You're on probation. You're not allowed to use social media." And then he immediately goes and does it again. He does this shit again. He gets onto one of the trains into the control box and is, like, pushing buttons and, like, playing with the horn and stuff. So technically he entered one of the train cabs, which is very illegal. And he's like, "Oh, well, the justice system's not going to do anything to me." There's a lot of destruction happening in the other room, and I do not have the energy to deal with it. What, cats? And so, yeah, this guy got banned off of social media for 2 years. He did a little stint in jail, and then he came back the day he was allowed to come back. He comes back on, and he's like, "Hey, guys, it's me, your boy. Um, In the last 2 years, I went back to school, I got a job, and I have a kid, and I'm gonna pivot my content to uh, talk about more about how I ruined my life. And things have been very difficult for me. I couldn't find a job anywhere because nobody would hire me because of what I did. And like, he's smartened up. And I was like, I am so glad to see that. Because that kid, he needed that. He needed to be banned from using the internet and social media specifically. And he needed to smarten up and realize that like content creation isn't the be all and end all. Like, I don't like telling stories about uh friends who like in the past had uh the problems like with the kid and stuff, and the whole things that like just caused me to kind of disconnect and get away and decide to go to university. Like, there were multiple things that led up to me going to university, but it was a lot of it was I saw everything falling apart around me and I couldn't handle it anymore, and I was suffering from a depression that I didn't know how bad it was until I was on my own and almost beyond help. But my advice, Ross, is for your brother to be kicked out, because I think that's going to be one of the only ways he's either going to learn or he's going to end up in jail, and then maybe he will learn. If not, he's going to be one of those people who's in a cycle of self destruction. And you and your parents and your other sibling and his family should not have to be putting up with that. Like, the guy's an adult, right? I'm assuming fuckface is an adult. And there comes a time when you do have to grow the fuck up. And he hasn't had the environment where he's needed to do that, where he's needed to pull himself together. And some people need that, like that one friend that I have. Oh, even more so, like, he's definitely an adult. Like, at 30, like, my friend was, what, like 18? Mara and I and Mewjuice know exactly who I'm talking about. Um, but I think he got kicked out when he was like 18 or something. 17 or 18. He was still young. Yeah, just super tired on cargo is getting into everything everywhere. The cats always do that. Kittens, man. Tesla's a very good cat. He doesn't get into anything. He just sleeps all the time. Probably because he's hurting, but you know. Your brother clearly has not had the environment where he's needed to pull himself together and start thinking and acting like an adult. Your parents are letting him get away with too much. I feel like I need to have a talk with your parents, and I'm your age. Like, I understand moms needing to, like, take care of their babies. I get that. But there comes a point. Your parents need to talk to your other brother and get him to pay you back. Honestly, Ross, if you want me to sit down and have, like, a heart-to-heart with your parents, like, privately, I will gladly do that. If they need someone to tell them, like, they need to have the courage to do this and take this step, I will do that. I may not be the most productive adult in the world, but I've never committed a crime in my life. I've made it to 40 without ever committing a crime. There are consequences for our actions, absolutely. The consequences for my inaction has been to not have my own place or stability or family. And I understand that, like, this is partially my fault, but also I've been, fucked by the universe. in terms of, like, I've never been able to find stable work. This is the most stable thing that I've ever done in my life. Which is why I'm still doing it. Yeah, but my point is, your brother's got some issues. Clearly, there's something unresolved there. That's something untreated, and I know being American, it's really hard to get treatment for things. But I think your brother's primary problem is that he's spoiled and coddled. He's the youngest, too, isn't he? He got away with too much, and uh, probably infrequently told no. Too infrequently, in fact, it would seem. I just feel bad that, your family has to go through that. I know I don't know your parents, but, if I had a sibling like that, I probably would have kicked the shit out of them a long time ago. Kylo Ren? Oh, he's from Star Wars, isn't he? This is Eric. He's a witch hunter. And if anything, he's based off of more. Yeah. Oh, look, an old version of the outfit. This is not Darth Emo. Ben Solo? I don't know who Ben Solo is. What? He's more inspired by Amon from Witch Hunter Robin. He's got the same vibe. Darth doesn't wear shirts. Why? Wow. Do people just like this character or something? Because, like, I know there's a huge, like, fan fiction circle around Kylo Ren. Uh, like, thirst trap fan fiction kind of deal. I haven't seen, uh, I haven't seen the new Star Wars films. I haven't seen anything since that previous round of Star Wars films with Bratty McPunchface. The child murderer Darth Vader prequel. At least there's two variations of outfits here for Whitefire. I'm gonna have to separate this file into more things. Let's see. We're gonna turn off the hunters folder. Take these two outfits. Turn on that one. Variations on outfits. Oh, more DMs. Ben Swallow. Why is his torso so wide? So, he's a wide man. Casting choice? I always saw the first new Star Wars movie and it was such a turn-off as a character I couldn't watch anymore. As soon as I heard that they killed Solo, I was just like, nope. It's the only reason I watched Star Wars was for Han Solo. Those movies made Jake Lloyd child Anakin quit acting altogether. the little tiny kid with the bratty face that you're just like, I want to punch this child. It's like, could you have picked a more insipid child to play the future Darth Vader? Like, I know they're like, oh, he's just a cute and innocent child in this point of his life, and, you know, but I'm like, I want to punch this child. Just punt him off into the sea. Off with you! The hatred for Joffrey made Jack Gleason quit acting too. But it looks like he's back. I haven't seen Game of Thrones either. There was one time I walked in on my mom watching an episode of Game of Thrones, and I hadn't seen or heard of Game of Thrones up until that point. And it was like this lesbian sex scene that I walked in on because HBO, of course. And at the time I was still very, like, ace coded in my personality, and I was like, what the hell? So I just turned around and walked out. I was like, okay, enjoy that. It's like, I did not need to see my mom watching that. It's like walking in to find your parents watching porn or something, and I'm like, please no. Is that the one where he throws a tantrum in a control room like a child? Oh, you were turned off by his casting choice? It's just how Adam Driver is built. Terrible actor. What poor Lawson? Isn't it Larson, not Lawson? I think Han's death was done well. Oh, it was probably done well. It's just, you know, killed by your own son. Like, that sucks. Killed by your own son who idolizes his uncle. Like, that's all I know about this character, is that he idolizes Vader. Harrison Ford wanted Han to die in the original trilogy. He saw this coming through the Force. Harrison Ford broke his leg on set and was like, I'm too old for this and I don't want to do this anymore. Fair enough. I mean, he is old. He was old when those were filmed, and he's even older now. I mean, he's not allowed to fly anymore either because he crashed his plane because he was too old. This is why, like, elderly people are not allowed to have driver's licenses after a certain point because, well, they're too old. The reaction time is slowed. Y'all do yourselves a favor. Don't look up Jack Gleason. That mustache. Yeah, Larson, my bad. My bad to anyone named Brie Lawson. Grandpapa Vader Oh, Grandpa. Oh, right, right, because Leia's... Yeah, sorry, sorry. My brain is stupid. But yeah, it's like he's been bisected and stretched out sideways. It's kind of weird. There's so his width is strange. But then again, you know, I'm not one to talk. I got short legs and a long torso. You have derailed the stream. Indeed, you have. It's all right. All I was doing was reformatting folders. That is this one. It goes in the witch folder. Alright. That goes in the extras folder. This one goes in the witch folder. Okay. So I've got the folder with all the witches in it. Just put this one on the bottom. And I wanted to work on the witch hunters because we've got a few hunter characters that I have drawn in the past. Goes in the square hole. Everything goes in the square hole. I have more confidence in Adam Driver as a U.S. Marine than I do his acting skills. You know, they're just some actors that they're just not good for screen time. Like Adam Sandler and Will Ferrell. I hate those guys on screen, but they're wonderful voice actors. Like I was afraid to watch Hotel Transylvania because I hate Adam Sandler so much. And then I watched it and I was like, wow, this movie's great. And I didn't have to see him. It's just his voice, and you don't even really realize it's Adam Sandler because, you know, he puts on the Dracula voice, and it's so it's such a good movie. Hotel Transylvania is a fantastic animated film, and everybody should love it. And I was like, seriously, this is Adam Sandler? Like, what? I actually like this. And actor Adam Driver served in the United States Marine Corps after 9/11, enlisting 17 and serving nearly 3 years. Was an 81 millimeter mortarman before being medically discharged as a lance corporal due to a fractured sternum from a mountain biking accident. An experience that shaped his discipline and led him to found arts in the armed forces. For anyone curious what I'm referring to. Okay. Interesting. I mean, in the United States, a lot of people are veterans. Like, a lot. Because they don't want to go into college debt, so they serve in the military for a short time and then they get their college paid for and they leave. So there's a lot of veterans. Canada does the same thing. Like, you get your education paid for as long as you serve. So, but we don't have such a drive to have like a crazy military culture. What are you about to put in your mouth hole? You shouldn't. Which hole should I put it in? That's right, the square hole. Always put it in the square hole. Okay. We're gonna do hunter sketches. And on our list of hunters for branch 117, we have Eric. This is way too big. We have Eric Walker. His codename is Ghost. Why can I not remember one of my characters' names? My face. Thanks for the hydrate death. Actor Adam. Oh wait, I read that already. CF now requires X amount of years be served based on what they send you to school for, plus an additional X amount of years so that they can get what they paid for. Contracts, yeah. People were joining the Canadian Forces, getting their doctorate, and then dipping to run to America for monies as soon as they graduated. Yeah, so that's fair. Like, I have no problem with that. You know, people just don't like being in the military. You know, they were just taking advantage of a system that was available to them to get cheap education. I'm having a moment where it's like I can't remember my own characters' names. So a recruiter, when I asked about their education program, mind you, this was like 17, 20 years ago. Yeah, it's probably changed a little bit, but thank you for the hydrate. That is the last of my coffee. We'll have to wait for tea time, which should be fairly soon. Canadian doctors actually make more than American doctors now. People are just being greedy that the government pays them a set fee as opposed to Americans who get to charge whatever they want. Yeah. They make only slightly less than US doctors. Yeah, if they made a little bit more, I'm sure we would get a lot more doctors up here, and then we wouldn't have a medical personnel shortage. But right now we're having sort of like this almost fast track system for Americans with uh, who are medical practitioners, doctors, nurses, etc., to become citizens. So if you want to become a Canadian citizen, go go into nursing and try and get some sort of nursing certification really fast. I remember his name. Eric, you're gonna have to move out of the way. Thank you, Cheese. The cheese came for the mug today. Now, this character, I have no idea what he looks like because he's dead. But he is canonically one of the hunters. McLaughlin. Where is my, looking for my notes. I don't know whether I spelled it right or not. No, I spelled it right. Amaleric must venture into the world outside where idiots reside. Go safely. I need to get my brother to take me out to get cat litter later. Oh, going to the Costco. Oh god. May peace be with you. Anyways, those are our hunters. Eric just being cool. Please won't help here, I need patience. May it be not populated. Don't trip on Tesla.
I invited Kvatch and
What?
Kvatch and Co. For dinner for crafting night.
Okay.
So we're having it here.
We're doing crafting here?
Yes.
Okay, I will have to find paints and stuff.
Tesla! Come here, you little slime.
You're tired. You gotta tap out. Alright, see you later, Marinai. We have a good day now.
Hello, Chad.
Jay says hello. Obviously, you can hear him. Nugget. I need to go buy cat litter probably either today or tomorrow. Neff says hi, cheese. And Necromancer also says hi, cheese. And Mewtwo says hi, cheese. Death Sand says you shall not freaking pass. It's like teenage Gandalf. And welcome back to the chat, Necromancer. All right, we do have an old drawing of Anna. Where did I put that? Need to plug in the hard drive. Now here's the question. What year was it from? Actually, it might have been in the writing folder. Oh no, it's a Paint Tool sci file. Well, I guess we're going with the I just didn't want the old icon in there because it looks stupid. Oh, graphic design, embarrassing. Okay. Okay, we've got some old pictures of Anna. Protein enriched toast with plant-based butter because lactose intolerance. Yep. Just been here lurking and working. Working and lurking. Oh, my dad steeped the tea too long. Blech. All of the love emotes. Oh, sushi. God, I'm jealous. God, I want sushi so badly. Nah, don't bother with the poutine. It's not that great. As someone who lives in Ontario, don't get the Costco poutine. They do give you a prodigious amount of cheese curds, though. If you love cheese curds. Oh, wait, he can't because he's lactose intolerant. So if you really like cheese curds, I do need to go to IKEA so badly. Costco, much like IKEA, I want to spend as little time there as possible, so I'm not waiting for food. Look, IKEA's at least nice. Costco is just a warehouse. Yeah, I need to, there's a I have to pick up some legs for my shelves at IKEA. I have to go out there, but it's on the other side of the city. We were supposed to get one in this end of the city, but we still haven't, and that was before I moved out.
We need to go shopping today. Would you like me to wait till after stream?
Yeah?
Okay, so it's gonna be minus 29, minus 30 tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. Brutal. And then minus 20 the next day, so the car probably won't start, so.
Yes. Looks like I'm not getting my shower after stream either. God damn it. Yeah, I really need to go out to IKEA, and we need to go to the Dutch store and stuff, so. But Thursdays are always busy because it's craft night, and I've still got to find my paints, apparently, because that's what we're doing. I wasn't expecting there to be a craft night today. So I've got to find all of my paints and painting supplies, and I have a rough idea of where they are. Hi, Puma! Oh, here we go. You know what? The rule... There's a rule in this channel that if you show up to my stream on your birthmas, you get chibi stuff. Because everybody, it's Puma's birthmas. Why am I struggling? I'm struggling so bad. First of all, I'm doing this in the wrong pen. I'm creeping steadily into the abyss. Was this what your horns look like, Puma? It's been a while since I've seen your character. You've got like braids or something here, don't you? Why can't I draw today? You got little fangies. I know you got little fangies. What is happening? Oh yeah, you have a reference post in DL. We'll go grab that. My taskbar has disappeared again. God damn it, frog. What was it? It's an art, right? Personal avatar references. There we go. almost got them right. Too many windows open. I'm just gonna bring the image in. This is Puma's character, by the way, guys. I couldn't have said that in a more Canadian way. How's your birthday going, Puma? Are you having good birthmas? Birthday bean. Fantasy, hey, how you doing? I'm glad you made it. You get to keep your stream streak. Funny treble clef, stylized sun. Yep. We're gonna put a little bit more effort into this one than we have previous ones. You know, those like plushies where the whole body is just like printed fabric. But sometimes there's like little offsets. And give little feats. I don't like this little leggy. Sorry, I'm not really paying attention to the chat. I'm concentrating very hard. There. Puma birthday bean. Glade night, hello. How you doing? It's been a while since you were here last. We missed you. Welcome back. There we go. Happy birthday to Puma. Yep. Squishified. It's called getting stuffed. Yep, you've been made into a marketable plushie. So, Puma, get stuffed! Also a euphemism for sex. Daily reminder, humans are in fact reptiles? Well, that's surprising news. You've arrived at the wall to be later determined. I don't understand why you put the later in there. Isn't it just TBD, to be determined? You're just adding an extra letter to your short form there, unnecessarily. It's inefficient! My German soul screams in anger and rage. Scandalous. Yep, get stuffed. You become a marketable plush. Your left hand is shivering for no reason. It's kind of weird when my appendages shiver on their own. You mean shaking? Could be pinching a nerve. Cheese has been having this problem lately, too. He thinks he has, like, ALS or something. Because he's a hypochondriac. And I'm like, you know, when you sit in your bed and you got your laptop, like, on your belly, and your pelvis, and you're just, like, hunched up and your neck's at this weird angle, you have really terrible posture. And this is how you sit all the time. It's no wonder you have neck problems. Well, here we go. We've got a clip today. into a marketable plushie. So, Puma, get stuffed! Thank you for the clip. I gotta export those to YouTube. Oh, yes! Oh, Havarti went out for milk and cigarettes again. I'm so sorry. Havarti just takes your star shells and doesn't actually do any of his work. He's like one of those really bad employees. He's always taking smoke breaks. Fantasy, you should go warm up your hand. So that it stops shivering. Arias, I'm sorry that you are suffering from homework syndrome. I'm glad my sleep-deprived shorthand hurts you so. Cursed taskbar disappearing on me. Windows Microslop. That is a really big puma, by the way. Because this is at 100%. You have finals next week. Good luck with your finals. It's actually a username, Havarti. Hello, Havarti. Welcome to the island.
Hosting a guest. Welcome, Havarti, to the island.
I hope that person shows up. It would be so funny. So we'll just adopt them as our fish mascot. You'll have to read out the TTS. Yep, Pumbaa's one of those giant plushies. You are a dragon, after all. Dragons are big. Usually. So, while Puma is not one of the witch hunters, she could live up here with the list. Le Poisson Steve, but it's Havarti. Is it pink? Actually, it's a deep red. Oh, yeah, I was also telling them about how you say pink, because they were making fun of how I said something the other day. So I was like, yeah, Puma has the, like, southern way of saying pink. It's pink. So you were the subject of conversation yesterday, I believe. If only it could be pink. Yes, I'm getting back into writing. We're doing character designs from the book. So we've got witches and other characters. These are old. So these are all old pieces. This is probably the oldest one from God knows when, because I didn't put a number on the file for the date. With the writing part, I probably don't need help. I've already got like 1 million words written in terms of drafts for this book. Drafts, outlines, character profiles. And we're just gonna do some work on the witch hunters. We redesigned the main villain. This is Highwire. They're confused as to how somebody missed shooting them point blank. We did this in like, what, 2 days, guys? Normally, a figure like this would take me like a month. But yeah, I organized everything I've ever written into Obsidian, and it's quite large. Well, let me close some things here. I've got too many windows open. Close that one. Close that one. Have to unplug the hard drive. The computer's slowing down because it's trying to do an update. So, because we haven't shared the Obsidian with Arias, this is the Obsidian file for everything I've ever written. And if we go to the top of the project, count words. 1.5 million words of everything I've ever written. Excluding stuff that's on paper and comics. Yep, Highwire, the channel's new thirst trap. So, just the Witch Hunter Society, which is formerly called Witching Hour, has its own whole block of folders. And the old versions. And their notes. And in Level Up LARP, there's little bits of relational stuff, like Kieran from Magination is related to Witching Hour. I want to hang out, but I should go do my job, so I can be lazy later. Alright, Puma, well, you have a good day. Happy birthday. I'm glad that you showed up so that I could draw you on your birthday. We're gonna turn off Obsidian now. I'll send you the sketch later as a PNG, just separate for you. Crinkle, crinkle. Hi, woo! That one stayed there for a moment. Little Gan hanging out on my head. It would be fun to balance one again. We haven't had that in a while. Usually because I can't see whether one's balancing on my head. Because the art window's in the way. Okay. So, these are the characters. I have a pretty good idea of what they look like. Everyone except for James. Because he's dead. So we don't need to draw him. And we've finished Ghost and Mother. Marcus is best described as Phi from Tsubasa. So he's got this kind of... God, I hate sketching. It always really bad at first. His hair is very, like, messy, but intentionally messy. Fly away is the word I often use to describe his hair. That eye is way too big. I've only ever drawn Marcus a couple of times on paper. Oh, God. This is not turning out how I want it to. They are rough sketches. Thank you for the hydrate, Duh. Yeah, sure. Leon? You're just screaming the name Leon? When I get his face shape right, I'll know. It's not working. Might be that too much. I've been eating properly for a while. Yeah, that'll. Yeah, fantasy. Go eat some good food. This ear should actually be. color I would most associate with Marcus would probably be like this soft blue color. Thank you for the hydrate, Death. Death trying to drown me in tea. Jesus Christ, you guys. Hello, Hira. How you doing? Thank you for the streach. We'll take that streach. Death is far too focused on, like, hee funny noise. Like, chill, dude. Sorry for not talking much in a somewhat war in TF2 now. Enjoy your battle. So, Marcus was described as having sort of like a medium length, flyaway, semi-curly hair. It's always kind of messy and disheveled. Like he's been out in the wind a lot. looks like he's just kind of like leaning back in a seat. Let's see. How can I replicate his hair color? It's like a really pale white blonde. You need the stretch too? Yeah, I actually haven't gotten up and done any, like, actual stretches during this session. Oh, it's the wrong brush. There. Quick sketch, Marcus. See if we can do Leon. Leon's got kind of... He's more severe looking. Sharper features. Working with the brush too small. It's driving me crazy. Have you get his pocket medic? And yes, he's a glasses wearer. Do I draw glasses often? Absolutely not, and you can tell. Eyes way too big. Anatomy problems. Oh, I hate it. Don't do that. That's bad. Don't do that. I hate it. I hate it so much. Wrong brush. Once again, once I have the face shape, I'll know. Too big. I hate drawing glasses. Why do I design characters with glasses? Tesla just came and pushed open my door. See how long it takes me to get, like, basic things right. Now I've made it too small. Leon's always been difficult to draw because he's kind of, well, severe. He's severe looking, but he's a soft nerd. But he's very focused and pragmatic. Long, more almond-shaped face. Oh, I hate it. Ears in the wrong spot. I saw emotes go by. A long boy. Yep. Leon's a long boy. He's a long and lanky boy. I'm going the direction of anti-hero. Ask for Shadow Strider. sleep time. Yep, sorry I got quiet. It's just been a long day, and next Thursday I might not say so much. Just be in the stream background. That's fine. It's a little bit rough, but it'll do. He is described as wiry and lanky. So like a version of my brother with like a really dark blackish hair and you know, hair. I might drop it down to more of a black brown as opposed to black. Sort of more of an espresso color. The color I associate with him is green, apparently. And then it's really just Dose that I would draw. I mean, Chief is cool. Hard to draw. Never drawn an old dude before. You'll tell me in DM later? Okay. I think I might end early today because I do want to. For a second there, it looked like the foot was bleeding, and I was like, why is it bleeding at the end? I'm going to end early today because I'm a little bit worn out and I've got a bit of a headache. I want to have a shower before I go anywhere. And I need to find my paints and painting supplies for this evening. And I have to go outside and it's cold. So, I think we're just going to end stream. We're not going to raid out. We're going to stay on the islands today. But thank you everybody for coming. Necromancer and Mewtwo's, thank you for your resubscriptions. I really appreciate it. And as always, I hope you guys all have a great day. Sorry it wasn't as energetic as the last 2 days. And happy birthday to Puma. And, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow at the usual time. Barring, like, frostquakes shutting off my internet or something. Because it's supposed to be fucking cold tomorrow. And Necromancer, thank you for the gifted sub to Havarti. Cheese seems to be a theme in my life. So, thank you all for hanging out with me today. And you all have a fantastic rest of your days. Make sure you're productive and get things done. And also make sure you get up and stretch because it's good for you. Do not get blood clots. They're bad for you. Incidentally. Coincidentally. Dentally. Sure, they're bad for your teeth too. And blood clot could probably knock out a tooth. Kill the blood flow to your root. Anyways.